All right, welcome back. Now our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the day. Congratulations to our Coach of the Year, Bob Pelko. This is from the Steelers Youth Football Twitter site. Coach Pelko led Mount Lebanon to the WPIAL PIAA Championship in Class 6A. Finished the season with a perfect 15-0 record, so congratulations to Bob Pelko. Pony, I want to get what your thoughts on this before we take some phone calls. We have a ton of phone calls on Kenny Pickett's decision right now. But what do you think about playing the bowl games? Start the season with the bowl games instead of finish it.
Well, I look forward to having this end-of-the-year thing, so I wouldn't do that. However, what I would do is I would expand the playoff in a way where teams like Pitt that have very good seasons, their best players aren't thinking about the draft, and they're still concentrating on the postseason and winning a championship, winning something more than a conference title. So, I want a playoff that's 12 teams. I want to give teams like Cincinnati this year and others a chance to get in, even if they're not in the biggest conference like the SEC. And I want to go from there. And if you still want to include bowl games for the rest of the teams that go like 7-5, so be it. If guys want to sit out that game, that's fine by me. It's an extra game to watch in December or January. Let's not make it out like it's a huge deal. So that's how I see it. But I do think the college football playoff, even though right now it looks like it's Alabama or Georgia's title to lose, I like the idea of including more teams and making it a bigger deal than just the 4-team playoff that we have right now.
So if it was 12 teams, Pitt would have got in this year.
Yep, they would
I
have.
think a Power 5
Absolutely.
conference, every Power 5 conference should be represented. It should at least be 6 to 8 teams, right? Not just 4. I mean, every Power 5 team and then maybe a couple buys for other teams, or not buys, but a couple wild cards, I would say. But so you're basically saying you don't like my idea, right? I mean, think about it. You could put Pitt Penn State in the Peach Bowl at the beginning of the year. You'd get more attendance in some of these bowl games too.
We get those neutral site games. There's not as many as there is in bowl season, but there are a bunch of games in September, Labor Day weekend that are neutral site. Let's just do a better job of picking those matchups. We had Clemson and Georgia last year, or at the beginning of the year. That was pretty cool. Let's get some of these regional rivalries then. Let's do some more of that stuff. You want to have Penn State and Pitt play in Philadelphia. I'd love an idea like that.
I would, but that still doesn't solve the problem of how to keep some of these guys playing. The Kenny Pickett's, when I know people personally that have spent thousands of dollars to go to Atlanta to watch the people, to see Peach Bowl, to see a guy like Kenny Pickett play.
Well, look, you got to look at it this way with that. It's a vacation. Okay, I went to a bowl game in Orlando with my wife. Will Greer from West Virginia didn't play, but we were in Orlando around Christmas. We went to Epcot. We drank around the world.
I just did that.
We went to the
awesome.
Citrus Bowl.
Great.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, you can't look at these games as, oh my God, it's like a Steelers playoff game, or it's not. You got it. The whole point of the bowls, for the most part, have been like an end-of-the-year celebration, a reward for a good year. And would it be much better if Pickett was playing and Walker was playing for Michigan State? Absolutely. But I'm going to be in Atlanta in a couple of weeks, and that's not going to keep me from having a good time. Would it be a better time if Pickett was playing? Of course it would. But I would not tell a Pitt fan, hey, save your money or don't go down there because Pickett's not playing, because it's still a trip, and it's something that you do when you have a good year. You're proud of your team for even making it to a bowl like that, and you want to represent and back up your school in a situation like that.
Well, they obviously have a better chance of winning with Pickett playing. Let's go out to George in Newcastle. What's up, George?
Yeah, this day and age, Pickett can do whatever he wants, okay? But there's no loyalty at all, and it's permeated throughout society. But as far as the bowl games, you know what? Get rid of the ones for the top-end teams. Just keep it.
So wait, George, you would say that Kenny Pickett, who came back as a 23-year-old to play an extra year at Pitt, is a disloyal guy? You would say that? He's disloyal?
What about the other players? What about the other players on the team?
I'm just asking you a question first, George. Would you be okay saying he's a disloyal person?
I'm asking you a question.
Hey, George, he could potentially lose millions of dollars. He could lose millions of dollars. You can't blame him.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's right.
So he's disloyal.
Why doesn't he buy an insurance policy?
I don't know if you could buy
so
an
you
insurance
want him to go
policy
into
for
his
$50
own
million.
You want him to go into his own pocket to play in an extra game?
He dropped him, so let's go out to Russ in Mount Lebanon and see if he has a better take. What's up, Russ?
My take is Pickett to do what he wants, and I'm fine with that. But on the playoff situation, Andrew, you're completely wrong. Even now, with 14 playoffs, there's like 2 or 3 teams out of the 4 that actually have a chance to win. If you have a 12-team, you're telling me the guy doesn't want to play one game. If you're playing a 12-team playoff and you think you have a chance to win, you're going to have to play 4 extra games to win a championship. And that 12th seed has no chance of winning a national championship. But if you think they do, they got to play 4 games. Everybody from the
so let me ask you a question. So then, how does it? So you don't think that the any given Saturday thing applies to college football whatsoever? Then, right? You don't think that that's applicable whatsoever?
When you get to the playoffs and the top
it's not.
Teams, it doesn't. You could just look at the playoffs for the last few years.
Okay.
And it's just basically.
Fair enough. So then how does Clemson lose at home to Pitt then?
Because those games they weren't really. It's not playing for a national championship. It's a week-to-week thing. When you get the 4 teams at the end, if you're telling me that Pitt's going to win the national, they're a 12th seed this year. They have no chance to win the national.
Well, okay,
championship.
look, to be fair, look, Russ, I get your point there, but Pitt was playing good at the right time of the year, right? Pitt was a hot team at the end of the year. If they could potentially beat Alabama and a couple other upsets fall their way, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they could have won a national title.
But you
the college
want to play one game, and you'd have to play 4 games.
Yes, you would.
If you're worried about it getting hurt, then you're going to play 4 games instead of 1. It doesn't make any sense.
But I also think in a situation like that, in a playoff, and if you bail on a playoff team, then I think NFL teams might hold that against you. Whereas if it's the Peach Bowl, Kevin Colbert doesn't care, right?
I know it's not the same sport. No, none of these NFL. Wait, did we not just go into Parsons last segment? The guy took off all of last year and has been one of the best defensive players in all of college football. Nick Bosa quit on Ohio State, quit in air quotes, and was the 2nd pick in the draft. They don't care, okay? They don't. Sorry. I hate to break it to you.
Remember when
Kevin
Colbert and Tomlin both said this offseason, if it was close and some guy sat out and some guy didn't, they would take the guy that played.
I think they've done a 180 on that. Congratulations. Devin Bush played in a Citrus Bowl. Would you take him over Micah Parsons right now?
No.
Hell
no.
to the no.
No, but
no one would.
I think the question was asked about an entire season, not just a bowl game.
I know it was, and I disagree
with
those guys on that. Look, I know it's a different sport, but people talk about, upsets can't happen. In college basketball, we see teams from conferences that no one's ever heard of. That UMBC beat Virginia in the first round.
Yeah.
Okay? Crazy stuff happens. It's not common. It doesn't happen all the time. Appalachian State went to Ann Arbor and beat Michigan when they were ranked in the top 10. Things like that happen.
I think
not
Pitt,
all the time.
I don't want to sound like a homer here, Pony, but I think Pitt has the offense to stay with Alabama. Let's hear what Eric at Johnstown has to say. What's up, Eric?
Hello?
Yeah.
Am I on?
Yeah,
hey.
Make it real quick.
Yeah. My comment is I'm totally for Kenny Pickett and his decision not to play in that bowl game because of the draft. But my thing of it is, why is Penn State playing? They screwed Pitt over. They're not even a ranked team, and they're playing in a bigger bowl on New Year's Day when they're not even ranked.
No, they're not.
It's not a bigger bowl.
They're playing on.
They might be playing on New Year's Day, but it's not a bigger bowl. Pitt's in the New Year's Six bowl, so that's about the best they could get. All right, we got to go to break, Pony. We'll finish this up here in about 2 minutes.